Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and I now have over 30,000 subscribers, which is really pretty crazy to me. I know I hit 20k about this time last year. I think I announced the Q&A for 20k on April 1st last year, but I don't think I actually hit the number until like a month later. I announced the special early because I thought I'd be able to get the video done in time for when I hit the number. But obviously, if you remember the Q&A last year, that didn't happen for like several months after that point. And that was just a monster of a video to work on. This special this year is not going to be anywhere near that bad. But yeah, the point is, in just under a year, my channel has grown by half. I've added another 10,000 subscribers to my subscriber count, and that's pretty insane, especially since this year hasn't really unfolded in an ideal way for this channel. I mean, for a while it was going perfectly. I was able to put out lots of content and was actually even putting out review videos that took actual work from me out on a weekly basis. But yeah, then things kind of fell off a cliff, and for the past several months now I've only been putting out content on Saturday. Though that's about to change now, which is great, and I'm looking forward to getting content out during the week again. Already got the anime stuff started this week, and there'll be more stuff coming. And daily reactions should resume right around the corner, hopefully. If all goes well, we'll see. But yeah, the point is, even with this slower year, the channel still continued to grow, and I'm really grateful to you guys for that. And of course, hitting 30k now, definitely gotta recognize it with a subscriber special. And what I'm doing is something a bit different this time. In the past, I've said that the subscriber specials were for things that I wouldn't do at all during the normal week, things that were really kind of special and different, like old episodes of G1 MLP, Let's Plays of weird porn games and whatever. And karaoke, whatever weird, insane things. But this week I'm doing what I said I wouldn't do, which is just lots of something that might have shown up at a regular time during the week. And I'm doing this because I have been able to put out less content lately. I've been able to get you less of what you want, so I'm going to give you something that you really want. Instead of giving you something silly and weird and maybe a little indulgent, like another karaoke special or whatever, I'm going to give you something that is probably the most requested thing for me to react to for the past several months now. This series has been popping up in my comments just ad nauseum for the longest time now, and people really want me to see this. And well, it's this and another series that seems to be popular with a lot of the same people, but this seems to be the big thing, and people really want me to see it. And because of that, I just thought, why not just give you a bunch of it and hope that that makes you happy. So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's totally legit recap from DWK, and I don't really know exactly what it is. I think these might be sort of review videos, or recaps at least, which I don't know how entertaining that could be, but totally legit. That sounds kind of like it's not entirely serious, and because I mean, yeah, sarcasm. But yeah, that I don't really know exactly what these things are. I think they kind of showed up in the Equestria Daily roundups that my videos sometimes also showed up when I was doing the reviews. But I don't know if these are like reviews in the traditional sense. But people seem to like them, and I'm going to do the videos for the first half of Season 6 today, because the series started with Season 6, there's none from before that. So, yeah, that's where it starts, and I'm going to do 1 through 13, Season 6, all in one video right here. It's over an hour, and yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do the rest, 14 through 26. So that's your 30k subscriber special, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Okay, and here we go. My Little Pony. Oh, Flurry Heart. I was able to forget you existed for a while. That was nice.
Alright, so, Season 6 begins, and Glimmer is just stumbling around the Sparkle Hut.
I like this narration.
Twilight's library. No,
this could be funny.
One. But whenever anyone says library, you always think of it for just a second, don't you?
Yeah.
And she's like, okay,
Twilight,
you
had to show
I'm
that.
Confused. In what society that operates on any sort of logic whatsoever does trying to destroy life as we know it net you an apprenticeship with the ruler of the free world? And Twilight's like, well, dude, you just answered your own question. Now that I've
she's not quite
replaced
the
all
ruler of
Celestia's
the free
narrative
world.
and
That's more
practical
Celestia.
functionalities, this is my house, and I make the rules. So, rather than turn you to stone or send you to Tartarus, you get to be my student. And don't worry about the past. I'm going to break your personality down to nothing and rebuild it from the ground up using my patent-pending friendship curriculum. And Glimmy's like, is it too late to opt for Tartarus? And Twilight's like, don't worry, Starlight. It won't even hurt. So she decides to get the fuck out of there and walks in on the rest of the main six sitting around with their thumbs up their asses. Like, metaphorically.
Yeah, because they don't have actual thumbs.
They don't have actual thumbs.
Exactly.
And also, even if they did, that would be a weird thing to do. Not that I wouldn't watch it. Maybe that'll happen in E2G4.
I don't think so.
Dash is like, dude, why are we here? And Rarity's like, wait, I thought you knew. And Applejack's like, man, when has Dash ever known anything even remotely useful?
Yeah,
and Pinky's like,
pretty
much.
Guys,
I'm Pinkie Pie. And they're all, man, just wait for your own episode like the rest of us. Jesus Christ. So Glimmer's like, hey guys, what's going on? And they're like, God damn it, is there a single person in this castle who knows what the fuck we're doing here? Then Spike shows up and he's like, all right, you assholes, Cadence just popped her crotch biscuit and we have to go to the Crystal Empire to help her take care of the kid or whatever. And so Starlight's like, well, this has fuck all to do with me, so I'm gonna go eat a tub of ice cream and flick it till I pass out. And Twilight's like, normally I'd say
I love this narrator. I can see why people recommended this.
It just so happens that your old friend Sunburst lives in the Crystal Empire now, so you're coming with me for your first friendship lesson. And Glimmy's like, wait, you mean the estranged friend that catalyzed my entire psychological breakdown just so happens to be hanging around the same place you need to go right now for a completely unrelated reason?
Yeah,
yes,
it's pretty convenient, isn't it?
That's bullshit, Twilight. You know it, and I know it. You know what, Starlight? Let me explain something to you. You stole a bunch of innocent ponies' cutie marks and brainwashed them into rejecting everything that made them special.
But
I thought, hey, everyone makes mistakes. Then you tried to do the same thing to me and my friends, but I said, you know what? She's a troubled individual, and I can help her.
Twilight is forgiving.
You tried to destroy everything I've ever worked for and damn me and everyone I love to miserable shadows of the lives that we have earned for ourselves. And I gave you a pass on that. I have put up with a lot of your shit, but if you question my plot conveniences, I will fuck you up. Okay? Okay, so they take a ride on the exposition train all the way to the Crystal Empire where Twilight's brother is waiting to greet them. And Twilight's like, hey, Shining Armor. Twilight, we need to talk. What's wrong? Okay, remember back when Cadence was your babysitter and I had a huge crush on her? Yeah, of course. And remember how I found that book of forbidden spells and I did that ritual thingy to make her love me? Yeah, dude, I helped you. Twilight,
I didn't know this part of the story.
That spell was? Yeah, we just had to promise the old gods that they could take your firstborn soul. Damn it, we really shouldn't have done that. So Twilight's like, hey, Starlight, I just realized I'm going to be occupied for a minute, but I mean, you're basically me now, so you can have Spike. So Spike drags Glimmy off, and the rest of them go to see the baby. And Twilight's like, oh god, the baby's a soulless abomination. And Cadence is like, it looks that way. And so Twilight's all, Princess Celestia, Princess Luna, what do we do? And they're like, bro, we don't know shit. We're just here so the bronies don't get mad. The demon baby sneezes and blows a hole in like 10 floors of the Crystal Castle, and they're all like, dude, Candy, how the fuck was that thing inside you for 9 months? And she's like, alicorn womb, dude. Shit's like titanium. Meanwhile, Glimmer's super satisfied with herself because she's tricked Spike into regaling the Crystal Ponies with tales of his exploits instead of supervising her lesson. And Spike's like, yep, that's how I one-shotted King Sombra and saved the Crystal Empire so that Starlight Glimmer could come here and learn about friendship. Now let's go, you fucking amateur. Glimmy doesn't get it yet, but Spike has spent his entire life with Twilight in the last 5 seasons with all her crazy friends. His bullshit detector is more finely honed than your katana. So, Starlight and Sunburst hang out together for the first time since they were kids, and he's like,
I buy it though. I mean, Spike,
what's up? You
pretty
aren't a
legit.
miserable failure of a person, are you? And she's like, oh no, of course not. Are you? And he's like, no, I am a wizard. And she's like, wow, so that means you create powerful new magic and stuff, huh? And he's like, no, it just means I'm over 30 and still a virgin.
Yeah, that
definition. He's like, dude, I will fix that for you right now if it means I don't have to talk about my life. Anyway, then the demon child has a fit of pinky withdrawal and destroys
Not sure that's
the
how it
crystal
went.
heart, which, as you know, enforces the crystal ban list. And so the entire empire is about to be flooded with a bunch of whiny comments about how the show is bad now. And everyone's like, so, Twilight, this is the part where you pull something out of your ass and save us all, right? And Twilight's like, dude, I have a lot of things in my ass right now, but none
do you
of them
now
can fix this.
That thing. Good to know, Starlight.
So, when we last saw our heroes, the crystal ban list had been deleted, and now the Empire is about to be swarmed by shit posters. And AJ's like, okay,
gotta
who's
stop
got
that.
Moderator privileges here? And Celestia's like, well,
they're really running with this
but
concept.
When Sombra took over, he changed the password on the account
That
and
Sombra.
on our email, so we can't really do anything. I mean, we've been meaning to get in contact with Google about it, but we just kind of never got
Google is
around
never
to it,
helpful.
you know? And AJ's like, dude, are you guys just completely incompetent? And Celestia's like, I'm not going to answer that question, but don't worry, because there's one thing we can do. Yeah,
Wow.
what's that? We're going to argue with the commenters. And Twilight's like, okay, you guys go do that. We'll
Always
stay
useful.
here and, like, you know, figure out an actual solution. And so AJ waits until they're out of earshot, and she's like, yo, Twilight, I know you love Celestia. I mean, we all do. She's a very nice lady, and I respect her immensely, but I think she might be a fucking idiot. And Twilight's like, dude, just don't do this right now, okay? So, meanwhile, these two are still trying to be friends again, and finally Sunburst is like, dude, Starlight, I know we were friends back when we were kids, and that Nalicorn princess wants us to patch things up and be chill again or whatever, but, like, I've got my life and being a huge nerd to worry about, and I'm sure you've got your own bullshit to deal with, so, you know, we could just, like, not do this. And Glimmy's like, oh my god, dude, I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Yeah, totally. Let's just not. I mean, I will add you on Facebook, but, you know, other than that, peace out and have a nice life. And Spike's like, Starlight, what the fuck was that? And she's like, well, he obviously doesn't give a fuck, and I pretended to feel the same way because despite how much I hate myself, for some reason I still have a massive ego. So what, you're just gonna completely bitch out like that? Oh, Spike, one day when you're an adult, you'll understand how easy and useful it is to convince yourself that giving up is an accomplishment. And Spike's like, dude, I guess you don't know, but I'm a legal adult, bro. Twilight hatched me when she was like 5. Wait, but she said you were a baby dragon. Yeah, because dragons live for like 1,000 years, man. And Glimmy's like, oh,
makes sense.
Well, now I feel really weird about that time I gave you belly rubs. And he's like, dude, you think that was weird for you? Turned my dick into a curtain rod, and then he just left. Anyway, that's not the point, although we should talk about that later. The point is right now, Sunburst is probably doing exactly what I did after that belly rub, crying and masturbating. Obviously, he wants to be friends, but you guys are both too autistic and terrified of rejection to even try. And
This
like,
is
whatever,
hilarious.
dude, fuck you. Let's find Twilight and go home so I can do it too. I've been horny since the beginning of part 1, and now I'm fucking depressed too. So Dash, Fluttershy, and AJ are trying to tell the Crystal Ponies that everything's about to go to hell and they should get back inside like now, but apparently they've like forgotten how to communicate concepts. Also, this chick looks like she's about 70 years old, but sounds like she's 20. That shit's fucking freaky, man. Anyway, Glimpse
that is pretty weird.
Something's wrong,
That
so
is
they find the others,
just
and
not a
Glimpse
fitting
like,
voice.
So, what's going on? And Punk's like, you want the long version or the short version? The short one, I guess? Shit's fucked. Oh, well, yeah, that's definitely
works.
not an optimal situation. And Twi's like, dude, wait, I think I can fix this. Nope, it's fucked. And Katie's like, yo, Starlight, if you, like, know some random dude who lives really close by and just happens to be a genius who can magically unfuck our situation, feel free to go get him. You know, I'm just saying. And Goonie's like, actually, now that you mention it, and Princess Twiggles is like, Spike, go with her. I don't need you anymore. So Glimmy goes back to Sunburst's place,
Poor
and he's
Spike.
just been beating off and sobbing ever since she left. And he's like, dude, I'm so so sorry we lost touch after I went to magic school. I hope it didn't, like, mess you up emotionally or anything. And Glimmy's like, oh, no. And Spike's like, dude, you fucking damaged her. She started a cult and then tried to destroy the world. And Sunburst is like, wow, I really hate myself. And Glimmy's like, dude, I fucking hate myself too. But look, shit's fucked, and if we don't set aside our angsty personal bullshit and do something to save the Crystal Empire, we're gonna hate ourselves so much more. Like, seriously, let's be decent people for once and do everything we can to help, and if we fuck
sounds
this
like
up,
a plan.
we can just kill ourselves.
Oh!
Sunburst's like, you know what, that sounds good to me. And Spike's like, was that a joke, or did you guys seriously just make a suicide pact? Meanwhile, the OG
Very good
diarchy
question,
is still fighting with
Spike.
commenters, and Celestia's like, God damn it, I'm running out of cogent arguments. And Luna's like, wait, you're legitimately trying to argue with them? I'm just posting Bane, bro. So Sunburst, being the smart motherfucker he is,
Luna,
realizes
you
they
troll.
can just use Celestia's old cell phone that's still connected to her email account to change the password on the Crystal Heart. Then they use 3 Alicorn authentication to log back in and turn off comments. Then he puts a copyright claim on the Old Gods channel so that all their souls, including the babies, go to him. And a few rituals and a blood sacrifice later, the loin biscuit from hell is now a normal child. Sort of. So everything's fine, and Twilight's
Still
parents
don't
show
trust
up,
it.
and they're like, wow, there was some crazy stuff going on outside. Did something happen? And Shiny and Candy just, like, don't say anything about it and give each other
I like
these
how she's
knowing
Candy.
looks like it's some kind of inside joke. I mean, one of the biggest cities in Equestria almost got destroyed. They're gonna see this in the paper tomorrow and be like, what the fuck, you guys? Why didn't you tell us? And so Sunburst is like, you know, Starlight,
pretty much.
it was really great to see you, and I actually feel like we're friends again. And Glimmy's like, oh, Sunburst, you better come visit me this time. And if you don't, I'll cut off your dick and kill your parents. So they're on the train home, and Twilight finally realizes that she has to back off and let Glimmy learn stuff on her own rather than trying to jam friendship up her tailpipe. And she's like, I don't get it, Spike. Everything used to be so simple. Me and my friends were the good guys, we'd kick the bad guy's ass, and that was that. Now it's like, the biggest problems in my life are being a responsible teacher and helping my brother take care of his kid. And Spike's like, yeah, dude, that's called being an adult. Well, it's shitty. Yep, but at least at the end of it, we get to die. Spike, I'm an Alicorn.
Wow.
He might be immortal. Oh, shit, dude, you're right. That fucking
Bleak
sucks.
outlook, Spike. Good to know, Starlight. Mod.
Alright, so Pinky's like, yo, Rarity, you want to have an expository conversation? And Rarity's like, dude, what do we got to say?
Who doesn't want to
Train me
have an
ahead so I can scope
expository
out a location
conversation?
For my new boutique. And Pinky's like, yeah, okay, we're definitely going to do that. But can we also try to get my sister a boyfriend while we're there? And Rarity's like, am I in the opener of a sitcom? So they meet up with Maud, and Rarity's like, yo, darling, what's been up? And Maud's like, Boulder and I have been trying to conceive. And Rarity's like, man, Maud, you're one
I didn't know you had
broad.
that
I mean,
kind of relationship.
I put him in my vagina. And Pinky's like, talk about getting your rocks off, right? Am I right?
Oh.
And so Rarity's like, dude, you were right. Your sister needs the D. And Pinky's like, word, just keep her occupied. I met this guy on Kick who said he'd go out with her. So I just got to go meet him. It's totally legit. So Rarity decides to keep Maud occupied by asking about her relationship. And she's like, so Maud, how did you and Boulder get involved? And Maud's like, by my mid-20s, I realized that my obsessive personality and bottomless pit of emotional baggage made it unlikely that I'd ever find a suitable partner unless I abandoned the one thing I was passionate about and spent my entire life searching for someone I might never find. I decided to marry myself to my career, and Boulder is a behavioral manifestation of the cognitive dissonance resulting from that choice. And Rarity's like, oh, well, that's neat. And Maud's like, actually, you remind me a lot of myself when I was younger, but with clothes instead of rocks. So how are things going with you? And Rarity's like, oh yeah, things are great. Waiter, I'm gonna need a pitcher of gin over here. And Maud's like, you're not a very good conversationalist. So Pinky meets up with this guy she talked to on MySpace or whatever you kids are using now. But she finds out that the selfies she's been taking with her party cannon all day have become a meme on the pony internet. and he won't let anyone
pony
touch
internet.
the sack unless she forks over the cannon so he can make some videos with it and gaffle some of that sweet, sweet YouTube money. So Pinky finally gets back.
All that
Rarity's
YouTube
like
money.
12 shots deep and on the verge of an existential crisis. And obviously Pinky's hella depressed, and she's like, hey guys, I hope you're having a better day than I am. And Rarity's like, oh god, I'm so alone. So Pinky pitches Maud this whole blind date thing, and after privately assuring Boulder that she's just humoring her little sister, Maud agrees to go along with it. Then they actually find the guy, and it takes Maud all of like 5 seconds to piece together what happens, and she's just like, that belongs to my sister, give it back. And he's all, oh yeah, what you gonna do about it? And Maud's like, nothing. You're a sleazy street grifter with obvious hormonal deficiencies who cons people out of things that bring them joy amidst this nightmare.
I love you, Maud.
Flesh we call existence. There's nothing I can do that would make your life worse, you absolute abortion of a person. And he's like, look, just take the fucking cannon back. Jesus Christ. And Maud's like, Pinky,
this version of her might be even better than the real one.
But I'm happy with my life the way it is, even if it's a little unusual. Some of us are just okay with being alone forever. Right, Rarity? And Rarity's like, I'm still young. Why are you saying these things to me? Oh, yeah, and she finds a location for a new boutique, which she'll be thinking about tonight when she's all by herself. So they all agree it was a fantastic day and decide to make this a yearly thing. The end.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams.
Maud is amazing. Yeah, very legit.
Oh boy, here we go again. So, the CMCs are trying to have their first meeting since getting their cutie marks, but they're way too preoccupied with staring at their asses.
Yeah.
And now they know
it's pretty
how
weird.
they feel. So, Apple Bloom is like, all right, guys, let's go get our cutie marks. And Sweetie Belle and Scoots are like, dude. And she's like, oh yeah. And I'm just like, dude, that happens to me a lot too. Basically, what this all amounts to is that
cameo.
These three are getting older and they're developing different interests. Scootaloo likes being an adrenaline junkie, Sweetie Belle likes finding new and more elaborate ways to be boring, and Apple Bloom likes desperately clinging to a rapidly dissolving childhood. They try doing some shit together, like singing and potion making,
but it's pretty much all true.
Volunteer work with the mentally challenged. And finally, Scoots is like, dude, why don't we still be best friends, but not drag each other into every stupid thing one of us wants to do? And Sweetie Belle is like, wow, that sounds totally reasonable and productive.
Yeah.
And Apple Bloom agrees, even though it feels like they've punched a gaping, aching hole in her heart, because she's already learning how to bottle up and stifle her emotions like an adult. Then she sings the most beautiful song I've ever heard in my fucking life, and I don't remember what happens next because I was crying. Anyway, look at Sweetie.
It is a pretty good song.
Look at that smile and the
never
joy
one of my
in her
favorites,
eyes.
but
she just made the
pretty good.
shittiest scarf in the world, and she is fucking stoked about it. And you know she's thinking like, I'm not good at this, but I'm gonna keep trying until I get better, and it's gonna be so much fun. You fucking tiny horses with your relentless positivity and your self-esteem. Just try it once, fail, quit forever, and feel ashamed like a normal person. So Sweetie Bee and Scoots had a great day, and Apple Bloom is sunk into a psychotic depression because she knows that this is how it all starts. Pretty soon they'll all be living in different cities and only see each other at New Year's, and they'll have to be like, hey, what's up? How have you been? Even though none of them actually care because that precious sibling-like relationship they had in their youth is dead, and all that's left is an awkward feeling of obligation. Sure, they'll start talking about things they did back in the day, like,
this is
hey,
brutal.
remember that time we were happy and life felt like it had meaning? And after a few drinks, it'll almost feel like there's still a connection between them, and they'll share all their online handles and be like, dude, I will totally friend you on MySpace and follow you on Twimbler, and we should get together sometime and eat spaghetti or whatever.
Yeah.
Then the next day when they sober up,
all
they'll go right
spaghetti.
back to never getting around to it and feeling that nagging little guilt and sadness gnawing at the backs of their minds because they know it's never gonna be like it was, so why even try? Or, you know, that's just my take on it. Maybe she's thinking something else. I don't know. And so she's like, why do you guys hate me now? And Scoots is like, dude, we just want to have hobbies.
Maybe
What's
taking
the
it
big
a
deal?
bit
But
further
like
than the show goes, but
dude, Apple Bloom, life changes all the time and you just have to deal with it, you know? I mean, if you can't cope with change, your life is just going to be a waking nightmare of constant dread as you wonder whether or not today will be the one that shatters your fragile illusion of a status quo. You'll be a reclusive, nervous wreck of a person, and that kind of life's not worth living. Also, having hobbies
wow,
is
this
neat.
cuts
Dude,
deep.
I tried and I'm shit at everything except the stuff I already do. And Sweetie Bee is like, you don't have to be good at something. something to have fun. And I'm like, no, god damn it, Sweetie Belle, you don't have to be good at something to have fun. You have some weird inherent sense of self-worth and confidence. Normal people don't have that. If I'm not good at something, I fucking hate myself. Anyway, AB finally realizes that the world isn't black and white, and that when someone says, I'm busy, can we hang out later? It doesn't mean that they aren't your friend, it just means they're busy, but they want to hang out later. And that's actually a pretty damn appropriate revelation for someone who's like 12. So she stops being a clingy asshole and everything's fine. The end. Oh, wait, I forgot. So earlier when I was busy sobbing into my TV dinner and chugging box wine, Apple Bloom met this asshole who's really good at dancing but is scared of doing it in front of people. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. If I was good at anything besides jacking off and drinking, I would totally do it in front of people. I mean, I do both those things in front of people constantly.
I don't doubt it.
Right, so the CMCs do what they do best and help give the dude confidence to follow his passion.
I love this guy.
Blah, blah, blah. He gets his cutie mark and that's that. There's a common thread running throughout MLP that I, and I'm sure all of you, have noticed. Ponies who are good at something but have failed to realize their full potential. This guy just needed some encouragement and voila, he found his destiny. Our good friend Glimmy is another great example. A brilliant sorceress whose emotional baggage led her down a morally ambiguous path. But hey, now that she's realized the error of her ways, she's kicking ass. I mean, she unfucked Trixie. What else needs to be said? That is a public service. Even Diamond fucking Tiara, the most consistent antagonist over the last 5 seasons of this show, wasn't really a villain, just a victim of horrible parenting. Yeah. She turned out to be a pretty cool chick when she learned how to use her talents for good. I've thought about this a lot, and it seems like there aren't really any intrinsically bad ponies, just those who've lost their way. Everyone in Equestria has a true place and has the potential for a fulfilling life, and that, more than rainbow magic or talking horses, is what makes it a fantasy world.
Yeah, I can see that. Lots of tree hugger. She needs to show up in the show again. Really liked her. Oh yeah, Ember.
Alright, so we start this episode and already I am stoked. Why, you ask? Because of this. This is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I know you guys expect these videos to be sarcastic and fast-paced, but I want to break this shit down for a second. This hat,
Rarity looks amazing in that hat.
Is a wonderfully concise expression of the duality that is Rarity. She's the undisputed girliest of the main 6, but at the same time,
no,
she's
Fluttershy is the girliest.
She's wearing a hard hat and mining gems, yet it's got this big bow on
defend
the back
that all the way.
She's gonna use those gems for accents on a bunch of dresses. She's disgusted by these fucking bats, yet she doesn't hesitate to risk getting them up in her grill because that's what she has to do for her business. And she's like, thanks for holding my basket, bro. And Spike's like, dude, I thought I was your bodyguard. And she's like, oh yeah, of course. Rarity may be overtly feminine and seem like a damsel who needs to be protected, but that outward appearance is simply the bow on the hard hat. She looks dainty, but underneath that
very
assertive is a tough,
personality,
practical, and self-assured girl who is never afraid to throw down, whether she's furthering her craft or fighting for her friends. She's a role model for anyone and everyone. No matter what goals you pursue in life or what persona
this guy
you choose
gets
to
it.
adopt, you can still be self-reliant.
I'm not surprised because he seems pretty smart.
Oh wait, god damn it, this is a Spike episode, not a Rarity episode. I fucked up. Anyway, Princess Twiggly Wiggly is like, yo, Celestia, Luna,
still, any excuse to talk about Rarity is welcome.
And they're both like, yeah, man, thank goodness some urgent bullshit isn't going on that'll fuck this up for us.
Yeah.
And Twi's like, dude, you just had to fucking say that, didn't you? So Spike is being texted by the Dragon Lord, and apparently being the Dragon Lord means you can access the settings in every dragon and make it so their backlight doesn't turn off until they answer you. So he goes to the Dragon Capital with Rarity and Twiggles in tow, and honestly, the Dragon Lord is a pretty chill guy. I mean, he's a little rough around the edges, but even though he's like obviously way more badass than all these fools, he's still like, well, Dragon Law says I gotta give up my position, so whoever touches my stick first gets it. And I was thinking, isn't that the kind of guy who should be the Dragon Lord? Someone who's a badass but follows the strict code
interesting.
of honor. Anyway, whatever. If there's anything the show has taught us about dragons, it's
why they have to arbitrarily give it up.
Including Spike, they're all fucking retarded. Oh yeah, speaking of retards, Garble's back, and he's an even bigger fuckboy than he was the first time. If you want to understand just how fucking stupid Garble is, check this out. So Rarity and Princess Sparkle have ditched that old dragon costume for this fake rock. Garble kicks Spike off the quote-unquote rock and sits on it, and we see the shot from the inside that clearly shows his fat ass is making it sag and smushing poor Rarity's head. And I'm like, if I sat on a rock and it gave like cardboard, I would say to myself, there's something wrong here. Anyway, enough
Very
about
good
Garble.
point.
He sucks dicks and drinks jizz out of solo cups, and that's all that needs to be said. So, now that the great dragon text has been answered, Spike's backlight finally turns off, and he's like, all right, peace, I'm out. And dude's like, did I say you could leave, nigga? And oh, look at this. It's Princess Ember, daughter of the Dragon Lord, and our waifu of the week. And she's like, Dad, dude, this guy's a
pretty
little
awesome.
bitch. Don't make him do this shit. And Spike's all, yeah, man, I'm a total fucking pussy. I'm not cut out for this. And he's like, yeah, okay, good point. You can fuck off if you want. Seriously, besides the fact that he yells a lot, this guy is really reasonable. All these other dragons range from moronic to just being outright shitty people. Why can't he just keep being the Dragon Lord? He seems pretty good at it. Anyway, enough bullshit. Let's get right to the good stuff. Ember's presence in this episode is an allusion to a question that man has pondered since time immemorial. Do dragons have vaginas? I mean, I don't see anything here, you know? But dude, you say ponies don't have anything
thought about
there
that,
either.
so.
And I say but there's a reason for that.
I guess some people ponder it.
Our Lord and Savior has already stated that ponies are born through normal mammalian reproduction, which means that male and female ponies have schlongs and vajayjays respectively. So obviously it's standard practice in equestria to equip each pony with a genital cloaking device to hide their junk when they're on camera. But is this the case with dragons? The answer
don't
is
see
staring
why
you
not.
right in the face, but of course I have to be the one to explain this shit to you guys. Of course dragons have genitals because there are dragon dildos. Why would there be dragon dildos if there weren't dragon chicks buying them to put in their dragon vaginas? Moreover, how could one even create a dragon dildo if there weren't dragon dicks to model them after? Duh. So Spike realizes he has to become
Someone
the
thought
Dragon
about
Lord
this a little
because,
too
as
far,
I
I
previously
think.
stated, dragons are retarded, and if any of these fools gets control, they're gonna fuck up life. He saves this other dragon from
Pretty
drowning,
much.
and holy shit, it's Ember. I was so fucking surprised. And she's like, thanks for literally saving my life, but I don't like you or anything. Baka. So she's totally for realsies, I promise. Doesn't want Spike's nuts, but because she's every tsundere anime chick ever, they team up and find the magic dragon stick by using the power of friendship. Then Garble tries to fuck everything up, but dude, fuck him. So Spike gets the magic dragon dildo and he's like, yo dude, you need to fuck off, and not only that, you need to get totally gay with every dragon you see on your way, and you can't tell them why. And Garble's like, but dude, that'll make me look like a giant faggot. And Ember's like, man, you are a giant faggot. We're just making you act the part. Anyway, Spike gives her the stick so she can be Dragon Lord because he doesn't give a fuck about any of this. That's why Spike is awesome and doesn't deserve all the shit he gets.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be the king. He just wants his comfy little life in Ponyville with the people he cares about. You could offer the guy a fucking Nobel Prize or some shit and he'd just be like, oh, thanks, man, but I'm having lunch with my friends today, so, just give it to someone else. I could never give Spike shit because I'm jealous of him. He looks at his life and says, sweet, this is perfect. I look at my life and say, well...
yeah, pretty much me as well. Mostly because of the Rarity plushie. We need more Ember.
So Twilight is like spazzing out because apparently Celestia is like a huge pain in the ass at parties, and if everything isn't perfect, she's gonna lose her shit.
Except she's really not.
Starlight, go
Twilight's
make a friend
just
right the fuck now. So Glimmer goes to the
paranoid,
bar,
really.
knocks back a few white Russians, hazes
So we've seen
cake, and then
Celestia
Big Mac in the
parties.
mouth. Then she tries to
She's
go hang
perfectly
out with
chill.
Dash, but Dash has a bad case of meme face today.
Yeah.
So she just steps on
Total
Angel
meme face.
instead. And she's like, well, that was a productive morning.
Oh,
Time
yeah.
to hit up the spa.
Stepping on Angel, that's
So she's
totally
at the
productive.
spa, and
Always.
she's talking to this one chick, and holy shit, it's Trixie. Twilight's like, I don't know if you want to do that, bro. And Glimmy's like, dude, you're not my mom. So they fuck off. So they're walking around town, just sucking each other off and arguing over who loves who the most. And Twilight's like,
I totally ship it.
Look at my giant bush. Vinyl likes it a lot. Oh, Derpy's fucking wasted today. So Trixie's like, dude, I want to do something totally fucking crazy. Are you down? And Glimmer's like, fuck yeah, dude. And Trixie's like, okay, I'm going to shoot myself out of a cannon into a Manicore's face, and you have to make it so I don't die. And Glimmer's like, no problem, man. That's a totally normal thing to ask of someone you just met. So then Twilight shows up and yells at Glimmer for staying out late with their new girlfriend, and they all start bitching at each other, and then these two have their first fight. So Trixie's like, well, I fucked that up. Time to kill myself. So Glimmer's sitting there like, Twilight, should I start a committed relationship with this crazy bitch, or should I just let her kill herself? And Twilight's like, you know what, dude? I don't even fucking care anymore. And Glimmer's like, thanks, Twilight. You're an awesome teacher. And Twilight's like, I know, dude. I know. So Trixie's like, Starlight, my life means nothing without you, and makes the metalist suicide attempt ever. But Starlight pulls her out and is like, I love you, man. And Trixie's like, wow, that actually fucking worked. So the moral of this episode is that if you act crazy enough, you'll totally get laid.
I think I had a somewhat different reading, but that works too.
So Spitfire's like, yo, Dash, how's my voice sound? And Dash is like, needs to be a little higher, man. And Spitfire's like, oh yeah, also you're a Wonderbolt now. And Dash is like, oh right, come on, Scoots, it's margarita time. And Scootle is just like, bro,
Scoots is a little too young for that, yeah.
Don't worry about it, they got the little ones. Man, every time I see Dash's house, all I can think is... So Dash
her house
is
is pretty
with the
great.
Dudes, and she's like, yo, guys, I need a way to make the Wonderbolts into my personal fan club. And they're like, don't you already have one of those? And Dash is like, yeah, but Scootaloo was passed out in the bathroom of the Ponyville karaoke bar. So what do I do? And Fluttershy's like, don't fuck up. And Twilight's like, how about you just do what they tell you and not be a huge pain in the ass for once? And Dash is like, good call, sunglasses. And everyone's just like, here we go again. So Dash gets to the Wonderbolt thingy and tries to moonwalk while singing Billie Jean, but stacks it and lands in a trash can. Spitfire laughs so hard she has a complex partial seizure, and Fleetfoot triggers Dash's PTSD. Fleetfoot, what's your deal?
Pretty much
dude?
accurate, though.
Weird and creepy and kind of a dick.
Yeah,
so they spend the rest of the day hazing the shit out of Dash, and then they make her clean the bathroom. Then
a weird
Fleetfoot
one.
is suddenly really nice.
Yeah, that's a weird moment there.
And Dash is just like, oh my god, how much Rohypnol and Xanax does she have in her pocket? So they're back at the Rainbow Factory, and Dash is like, guys, I fucked up. And Fluttershy is like, I called it, man. And Rarity's just like, darling, bro, just do something actually useful and they won't even care anymore. And Twi's like, yeah, Dash, groups have, like, dynamics, and you have to, like, take a little time and feel things out before you know how to fit in. And Dash is like, good thinking, guys, I'll act like a fucking crazy person. And they're all, do we, like, stop her? And Twi's like, look, we've been through this all before, just let it play out.
Act like a crazy person, that's pretty much what she does.
At least she finally learns how to blow dry. And Spitfire's like, yo, I don't know why you stopped taking your lithium, but you need to get back on that now. And Dash
Rainbow
is like,
Fash.
am I cool yet? And Fleetfoot's like, lithium. Anyway, so it's the day of Rainbow's first show with the Wonderbolts, and she's like, hey, Scoots, I need you to do something for me. And Scoots is like, dude, I woke up in a urinal 3 days ago, and I am positive it's your fault. But Scootaloo does it anyway, because that's how codependent relationships work. They fuck
pretty
up
much.
the show, and Dash Electric slides into the pavement. And she's like, dude, I'm sorry, I just wanted you guys to stop being dicks to me. And Spitfire's like, Dash, we treat each other like shit, too. We're a bunch of complete assholes. I mean, how do you think we put up with Fleetfoot? And Dash is like,
good point.
Good point. So Dash is finally happy, and Twilight's just like, see, guys, Rainbow's an asshole, and she has to learn this stuff by hurting herself. And Dash is like, you know what, Twilight? I finally realized something. I am an asshole, but it's okay because I've found my people.
That's perfect.
Alright, so it's heartwarming, all the ponies are showing each other their tongues, and Octavia's at that level of drunk where she thinks 6 people singing a song for fun requires a conductor. Still, everyone's having a...
Yeah, I never noticed that detail.
Hold on. Back up. Okay, All right, I
Yeah.
just had to make sure. We don't want to have
Oh, yeah.
on Christmas. So it's Pony Christmas, and Twilight's like, dude, Glims, check out
That's
my
a
tongue.
thought.
Also, get down here, man. This eggnog will knock you on your ass. And Glimmer's like, nah, man. Holidays are for normies and casuals, not cool, self-aware people like me. And Twilight's like, oh my god, that's so cute. Somebody's discovered the internet. And Glimmer's all, yeah, it opened my eyes. Being happy and enjoying things is for nerds. And Twilight's like, okay, story time. So a long time ago in an alternate reality where Rarity ran a fabulous fashion dictatorship, a bunch of people liked you, but you didn't. And you were like, your thing is lame, stop liking what I don't like.
That's the
But they
reality
didn't
I want to
listen,
live in.
So you cast a spell that would make your opinions into facts. And Glimmy's like, bro, I just said holidays are lame. I'm not saying you can't like them. And Twi's like, you're halfway there, dude. So Applejack's dead in this fic. And she's like, dude, remember that guy you used to chat with on AIM all the time when you were 12? He was like 29 and lived with his parents, and all he did was watch anime. You really shouldn't have let him influence your
can relate,
this much.
unfortunately.
And you were like, holy shit, I really needed an adult, and I didn't realize it. And so Glimmer proper is like, whoa, Twilight, hold on a sec. This is like better than my actual backstory. And Twilight's like, are you really going to do this right now? And Glimmer's like, no, I'm not. God. Anyway, Twilight gets like way into the
Kind
story.
of is better than her actual
doing the voices
story.
and stuff. And Glimmy's like, dude, Twilight, I've already read this fucking book. You don't have to act it out for me. And Twilight's like, man, I'm having fun with this, all right? Just shut the fuck up and listen. So Dead AJ made you realize that your view of reality was completely fucking warped. And Dead Pinky made you realize that other people having fun won't kill you. Also, she made you watch a live performance of University Days. But plot things always happen in threes. So a horrifying eldritch abomination with the head of a waifu showed up, and she was like, dude, it's great that
Head
you
of a
basically
waifu.
understand subjectivity, but you're still kind of an elitist prick. And you were like, of course I am. That's my entire persona. And she was like, yeah, dude, because you spend too much time on the fucking internet. All right, like, check this out. This is what real life would be like if everyone acted like they did on the internet. It will literally be hell. And you were like,
Pretty much.
Shit, you're
That
right.
sounds
The
about
end.
right.
So Glimmer's like, wow, Twilight, thanks for reading me that book. I already knew the story and the moral is obvious, but you put ponies in it, so I actually paid attention. And Twilight's like, yeah, dude, that's how we do. And Glimmer's like, all right,
That's
bro,
amazing.
let's get fucked up. Nobody's gonna judge us because it's heartwarming. And Twi's like, man, that's the holiday spirit.
Indeed.
All right, so Rarity's about to open
Season
a new
6's
boutique
best
in Manhattan,
episode.
and she's like, guys, don't worry about anything. Me and Coco are gonna rock this. Then
Yeah.
Coco shows up, and she's like,
Sure
"Look,
you would
Rarity,
have,
We
but
both know I have a
poor
problem,
Coco.
and I can't do this anymore." And so Rarity's
Oh.
like, okay, guys, Coco has to go away for a little while, so can you help me out right now? And they're like, dude, no problem. We got this. Then Rarity's landlord corners AJ, and he's like, Miss Pomel was a business partner, if you understand me, and I'm in bad situation now. So you sell these 300 bills of pony ecstasy for me, or I kick your friend out of building and
Okay,
sell my daughter
pony
into
ecstasy.
slavery. And AJ's like, guys, we got
That's
a
a
problem.
bit
They're
different.
running around in a panic trying to set up a boutique and flip a bunch of happy pills, but at least Pinky finds this club upstairs and unloads like half of them on these chicks. Especially
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anyone.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Vinyl's
That is
there.
a-
Pinky's like, dude, do you just kind of like follow us around? And Vinyl's
It's a
like,
good question.
Anyway, so the boutique is still a disaster, and the girls lock Rarity in the window display so she won't freak out, and so she can't be considered an accomplice. Dash is organizing potential employees from most to least angular. Nobody knows what the fuck Twilight's doing, and Fluttershy's just sitting in the middle of the room sobbing her eyes out and saying, I want to go home over and over again. Finally, AJ's like, guys, I think we're fucked. And Twi's like, dude, give me one of those pills. And AJ's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And Twi's like, I have a great idea, but we all need to be blasted off our asses for it to work.
Yeah.
And Fluttershy's like,
Always a
I'm
good
not sure
idea.
That's the hallmark of a great idea. And Twi's like, guys, there's no way we're gonna do this shit
You
properly,
doubter,
so let's just
Fluttershy.
do how we do and blow the lid off this bitch. And they're all like, you know what? fucking A. Let's do it. So the girls throw on some Mac Dre, grab some juice, and work some pony thizzle magic. So a couple hours later, Rarity finally escapes, and she's just like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? And Twilight's like, dude, check it out. It's a boutique, a rave, and a bar all in one. And Rare's like, this looks like it was designed by a bunch of people on drugs. And Twilight's like, no, that's silly. And Pinky's like, those Skittles made me feel really neat. Anyway, despite the literal insanity, the customers have a great time. The girls hit their quota and save this chick from a life of prostitution. And everyone agrees that Rarity for You is the slappinest boutique in Manhattan. So Rarity goes off to the after party, and the rest of the girls get arrested and taken to the police station, which is a Denny's. They explain exactly what happened because they're all still rolling like motherfuckers, but this is Equestria, so the cops just tell them to not do it again and let them go. So it's a week later, and Rarity's like, guys, I just read in the paper that my landlord in Manhattan got locked up for running some kind of drug racket. Do you know anything about that? And they're like,
no.
Yeah, we sort of turned your boutique into a rave so we could flip some pills and stop him from selling his daughter's body. And Rarity's like, oh, well, that's fucked. And they're like, don't worry, he's in prison and she's in therapy. And Rarity's like, you know, am I crazy, or does it seem like this kind of thing wouldn't have happened to us a couple years ago? And they're like, yeah, don't think
probably
too hard
not
about it. And Rarity's like, whatever, I still love you guys, even if you're all on drugs now.
Get to the ground as I catch the bass. Then I wipe
wow.
off me face. Hop back up, then I start to slide. Hopping my collar as I glide. Then I
So, Applejack shows up for spa day, and she's like, dude,
and now the
Rarity,
worst no, not the second worst episode.
Rarity's like, darling, don't even trip.
Forgot about
this is
28
just an in-between
pranks later
phase.
for a while.
All I need is the menstrual blood
Wiped
of an
it from my
alicorn
memory.
virgin and a full moon, then I'm good. And AJ's like, oh my god, is Twilight in on this too? And Rarity's like, dude, I said alicorn virgin. And I was like, yo, Rarity, Princess Luna's here to see you. So it's the next day, and Rarity, Twilight, and Spike are heading to AJ's place for some Apple-related products or whatever. And Spike's like, damn, Rarity, looking fine, girl. And Rarity's like, thanks, dude. The pact is complete, and I'm silky smooth until the next blood moon.
So that's how she does it.
Wow, that spa has really high-quality services, especially for the price. And Applejack's like, dude, you guys, that place is fucked. I'm never going there again. And Rarity's like, bruh, you need to embrace your feminine side, man. And AJ's like, no, dude, I mean, that spa is literally evil. I can prove it. Yo, Twilight, can you stay here and feed my pigs?
Doesn't sound
like,
evil at all.
Yeah, sure. How do I do that? And AJ's like, there's only 2 steps. Number 1, feed the pigs. Number 2, don't fuck up. And Twilight's like, you know what? That makes perfect sense. So
that would make perfect sense.
And AJ's like, see, I knew it. This place is full of ghosts. I mean, Rainbow Dash wouldn't be here unless she was possessed, right? And Dash is like, yeah, man, I totally wouldn't. And Aloe's like, dude, you're totally right. Look at all these ghosts. And AJ's like, they're not just ghosts, man. They're parasitic ghosts. I mean, like, check it out. They've attached themselves to everyone, and they've turned this place into, like, some kind of demon spa. I mean, even got runes painted on the wall. And Rarity's like, you know what? Remember we didn't need alicorn blood when I first started coming here? And Aloe's like, yeah, man, you know, now that I think about it, we never used to do that, but it just kind of became a routine thing, and I didn't realize it was a problem. And AJ's like, dude, I'm sure that would make sense in a lot of situations, but I think any sane person can see this is ridiculous. So they go down to the basement, and AJ's like, yep, just what I thought. It's full of portals. That's where all these ghosts are coming from. And I was like, Applejack, what do we do? And AJ's like,
if this was the plot of the actual episode, so it would have actually been good.
Southern charms. All the spa patrons get a free exorcism massage, and Rarity has to have her soul waxed to rip the blood moon demons from her body. Then everything's back to normal, and everybody's relaxing.
That sounds amazing.
Like, God damn it, why is all this fucked up stuff happening to us lately? I mean, can't we have one day where we just deal with normal people things like we did in season 1? And Rarity's like, wow, dude, you're laying it on a little thick there. And Applejack's like, what? Somebody's got to say it. And Rarity's like, no, man, I was talking about the face cream. You're totally right.
Yeah.
All your plays and films right now in the place to be.
Wow. That music.
All right, so it's a lovely day in Cloudsdale, and Fluttershy is having lunch with the parents in their beautiful home, along with her lifelong best friend, Rainbow Dash. And Fluttershy's like, wow, guys, our lives really turned out great. I mean, Dad just retired. You guys can enjoy your golden years in marital bliss. And me and Dashie are superheroes who save the world and hang out with princesses. Everything's peachy and nothing can possibly fuck this up. And her parents are like, yep, you said it, sweetie. We're so happy and we're so proud of you. You too, Rainbow. You're like a second daughter to us, and we always believed in you. And Rainbow's like, guys, stop it. You're gonna make me cry. And then nothing bad happened. The end.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's not what happened because of this motherfucker. So apparently Fluttershy has a brother, and he's a lazy hipster dipshit with weird hobbies who wants to move back in with their parents because he dropped out of college again. Am I watching My Little Pony right now? It feels like I'm watching... Anyway, this guy is a fucking piece of work. He uses stupid slang.
It is a pretty weird plot for a My Little Pony episode.
Even though he obviously grew up around people who speak normally. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, right? But I guess it comes off as kind of douchey, doesn't it? So this asshole barges in like he owns the place, makes his dad get all his bags, and at least one of them is full of dirty laundry that his mom is going to have to do.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't know that, but I know that. So Butterscotch pulls her parents aside, and she's like, you guys can't let him do this to you again. And they're like, oh, he's a creative type. He just needs a little time to find himself. And she's like, yeah, that's what we've been telling ourselves for the past 10 years. But all he's going to do is smoke pot, drink your wine, jack off, and post on 4chan all day. Probably all at the same time. Tell me I'm wrong. And Fluttershy's dad is like,
sounds about right.
At least it's not Reddit. So brother Zephyr McDouche Muffin here is hitting on Dash, and goddamn does he want her. Like, not this kind of one. We're talking this kind.
Yeah, it
but
is pretty
Dexter,
suggestive.
Awesome.
It's
and then everybody argued over whether or not Dash is gay again. Guys, it's been almost 6 years. Can we just stop? And Flutter's is like, all right, motherfucker, you're coming
Shippers
with me.
will never
and
be
you're
stopped.
getting a job. And he's like, dude, I don't need a job. My main therapy YouTube channel is totally taking off.
Yeah.
I almost got 100 subscribers, and my Patreon.
Wow.
You're getting a fucking job. So it's the next morning, and dude, her brother is tired as fuck because he normally wakes up at noon, and I'm sure he's really trying to get back on a normal sleep schedule, but it's just hard when you have no routine, and
yeah, I
Fluttershy's
can relate.
Listen, Rarity is a very good friend of mine, and she was nice enough to give you some work, so don't fuck up. So he fucks up, and then he fucks up again, just like he's been doing his entire life, because Fluttershy keeps telling him he never commits to something and finishes it. I need a drink.
I think someone else can relate too.
Going like a sucker almost every day. In the back of your mind, you probably thinking I was gay. But nah, I'm just a bitch ass nigga. The type to get jacked if I was a rich ass nigga.
Very.
I've been a loser just about all my life. Type to trying to turn a hoe to a housewife.
Jesus Christ. So, even Dash tries to give this guy a chance because she's a bro, and surprise, he fucks up. So she kicks his ass, which he deserves and probably secretly enjoys, and Fluttershy's like, look, if you can't hold down a job and contribute something, you can't live here. So she has to throw him out, and of course she feels like shit because he's her friggin' brother, but what can you do when you have a family member who's a piece of shit? There's no good answer to that question, is there? Jesus Christ, man. Can we fight Chrysalis again? Or
well, just wait till later this season.
You know why those were fun? Is because I haven't fought a giant parasitic bug queen or a magic-eating centaur before. I'm just saying it had a nice element of fantasy to it. So Zeph ends up living out in the woods.
I still love this episode, though. I can see how it hits a little too close to home for some people.
If we don't bail him out, he's going to end up dead. And Fluttershy's like, look, man, me and Mom and Dad, we've done everything we can. This is on you now. And so Zephyr finally has to face the fact that he's so terrified of failure that he just gives up and sabotages everything he ever tries to do. And okay, you know what, My Little Pony? I think you've changed. I watch you because you're fun and cute and use whimsical characters and situations to teach moral integrity. Also, sometimes there's rainbow explosions and shit, or at least there used to be. This feels a bit too familiar. Anyway, they sing a magical pony song, and Zephyr realizes he's actually capable of whatever the fuck this is. So he goes back to college, gets his degree, and stops hating himself. And he's like, thanks, guys. I couldn't have done this without you. And they're all like, dude, we always knew you were an awesome guy, and we're so proud of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Go Zephyr.
I'll make myself sick, get on my own nerves.
That is, wow. That's an old meme. Okay. Yeah, you made her pretty terrifying there.
Okay, so this episode starts out with the main six and Princess Twilight Sparkle all hanging out in the Friendship Castle playset. Now, if you recall, at the end of Season 5, Glimmy nearly destroyed the universe because she took the battery out of the castle and hid it, and Twilight had to go on an epic adventure through space and time to find another 9-volt, because who the fuck ever has one of those? Actually, Glimmy, what are you doing here, man? This is a violation of all 3 laws of Starlight Glimmer. Oh wait, actually we're good on number 3. Spike does it. Fortunately, after nearly a year of tireless research, she and Twilight have finally modified it so it runs on AA's, and they can finally press the button that turns on all the sparkly lights and activates the built-in plot device. So it seems like whatever they did to it kind of fucked it up, because it doesn't seem to realize that Rarity and Pinky just had an episode together a few weeks ago. Anyway, they get sent to Camelot to find a friendship problem, but obviously any excursion involving
it is still weird that they had 2 episodes with these two.
So they tried 3 different restaurants, but apparently A, all the highest rated restaurants in Canterlot serve the exact same shit, and B, that shit is in fact shit. So Pinky uses her superior nasal passages to find some decent food, and oh my god, it's a hot, flavorful, exotic white food fresh off the grill. DHX, we need to have a talk, okay? You're just serving them up to the porn artists on a silver platter at this
Pretty
point.
much.
What happened to a challenge? Anyway, this chick and her dad are like really obviously Indian. And at first I was like, isn't this racist? And again, Equestria has plenty of locations that parallel real-world places like Manhattan or Winneapolis, to use an example from this very episode. But to me, when it's some American city, it just seems like, yeah, okay, very clever. This felt a little jarring and out of place. And then I realized the show isn't being racist. I'm being racist.
Yeah?
My Little Pony, you never cease to make me realize what a piece of shit I am. Anyway, Waifu Masala and her dad are hating life and each other because their business is tanking since the Pony Michelin Guide won't review their restaurant, even though it's bomb as fuck. So Rarity, being the cool, collected, classy, and connected gal that she is just like, darling, don't even trip. I'll have them in here by this afternoon. We just need to fill this place up and make it a little less ethnic. Also, I like the song, but it still feels racist, dude. I just can't shake it. I don't know. So, oh my god, what is that? What is that thing? Okay, I take it back, DHX. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. This is a challenge. 0 out of 10.
Definitely a
I would
challenge.
rather stick my dick in a cadaver. I mean, a female one, because I'm not a freak or anything.
Yeah, that makes it better.
Hold on, let me... Yep, there it is. I knew it. Right there. So, this is Zesty Gourmand, the illegitimate child of Lord Voldemort and Tilda Swinton. Apparently, they got rid of her by chucking her through the portal to Equestria while Twilight was at Canterlot High. But that's just a rumor. I don't know. Anyway, despite bearing her father's mark, she is not a dark wizard, but something much more evil, horrifying, and reprehensible. A professional critic. And she's like, yep, just what I thought. This food is shit, and you should all feel terrible and hate yourselves. And Pinky's like, yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man. And she's all, yes, and my opinion is better because I'm a famous person. And they're like, why are you famous again? And she's like, for having better opinions. How are you not getting this? So she fucks off, and Rarity's like, dude, I just realized something. We never needed to change this place. We just needed a famous person to shill it. And Pinky's like, bro, wait a second. You're a famous person.
Yeah?
And Rarity's like, I know, right? So they do what they should have done all along. These dudes cook their food, Ponk does the decorating, and Rarity does the sweet talking. Everything goes as planned, and the place is banging, but then Tildamort shows up again, and she's like, listen, you assholes, I already told you couldn't like this food, so who the hell authorized all this enjoyment? And these dudes are all like, well, Rarity said we could like it, and she's kind of famous, so we tried it, and it's fucking awesome. So, choke on a dick. And everyone's like, yeah, if you don't want to eat here, you can just go eat some dicks. And Rarity's like, dude, you may think your opinions are better than everyone else's because you're famous, but as you can see, that's not how it works. I mean, sure, it definitely helps, but what really makes an opinion truly superior is when a bunch of people agree with you.
Yeah? I guess that's a ship. Never considered it, but why not? Those two would probably actually get along.
What is this fresh hell? Tell me, what good is fantasy when it becomes nothing more than a mockery of the very thing we seek to escape?
Interesting start. Yeah.
All right, we're back, and here we go. Okay, so Princess Twiggy is reading Dash some Daring Do because, let's face it, reading is hard, and if you got a smart friend who can do it for you, you should get on that. Of course, all my friends are even dumber than me, so I just don't read. But I do watch cartoons, and lucky for all of us, that's what this is. So, Dashie is packing for some kind of trip, probably to go off for some more Wonderbolts training, or wait, a Daring Do convention? Oh my god. I cannot wait to see this. A convention, but like in Equestria. Who knows what kind of fantastic things will... Wait, what? What the fuck? No! No! This is just the vendor's hall at every Brony convention, but slightly less shitty. I don't need this in the show. I've seen it enough already. Okay.
Be horse noises.
It's okay. It's okay. Just calm down. You guys just calm down. You hear me? Don't get all worked up. So, Rainbow's walking around and people are trying to sell her stupid shit, and then she meets this guy and they start discussing the accuracy of their cosplays. So he's like, nice costume. I see you have the correct number of arrow holes in your hat. And Dash is like,
arrow holes. Wow. Wow.
What ensues can only be described as a whirlwind autism romance, complete with this totally non-sexual romp in the ball pit. That's right, guys and gals. Just in case you weren't thinking about it every moment of every day, your waifu will never look at you like this. You'll never get to see that joy in her eyes, and you'll never spend an afternoon together bonding over something you're both passionate about. Just a friendly reminder. Oh God. No. No! It's not supposed to be like this! Equestria is supposed to be a socially enlightened fantasy world where everyone has a true place and everyone can be loved. Body pillows are not for people who are loved. People who have joy in their lives don't need this kind of shit.
I knew he would talk about that.
You all lost your nuts over slice of life, yet it was but a portent of things to come. This is the singularity. The show and its fandom have ceased to be two separate entities and have merged into a single, massive, roiling cauldron of spaghetti in which we are all trapped for eternity. There is no going back. We are the collective. We are My Little Pony. Join us. Anyway, Dashie and Quibble finally end up at the bar because, in case you didn't know, that is truly the best part of any convention. An excuse to get fucked up. And just when all the Dash waifu friends were about to kick the chair out,
I mean, there isn't a single thing after Ring of Destiny that is even remotely in the realm of the possible. What?
They get into an argument about canon. It's like I'm looking into a mirror.
Worst kind of
I
argument.
I want to strangle the person I see. Right now, there are people all across the internet having the same argument they're having in this episode about this episode. It's so meta, I feel like I'm gonna have a psychotic break. Why, My Little Pony? Why do you mock me? First Zephyr Breeze, and now this shit. What did I ever do to you? I bought all your fucking merchandise. What else do you want? Do you want my soul? Take it! Just fucking take it! I don't have anything else! Whatever. We all know the only truly canon Daring Do books. Anyway, then they get captured by Copacabana or whatever his name is, and dude thinks it's some elaborate RP that Dash set up to prove she's right. Then they almost die and get rescued by Daring Do herself, and Quibble's like, holy shit, this is real. I'm in an episode of My Little Pony. And she's like, yeah, no shit, motherfucker. And we only have 5 minutes and 30 seconds to find the 7-assed MacGuffin or we're fucked. So they get to the end of the level and they have to solve a puzzle to get whatever it is. But apparently when they recolored Dash to make Daring Do, they gave her the same brain. But fear not. Dude has such an encyclopedic knowledge of adventure novels that he's able to figure it out, and they get the world's most decorative pie tin. The lesson here is that if you obsess over obscure bullshit that nobody cares about, one day you'll go on an adventure with your waifu and find treasure. Thank God, too. I mean, I was gonna kill myself after I finished making this video, but now I have hope. Right, so they do all the things, Daring Do says thanks and fucks off, and Dude is like, you know, Dash, maybe we don't agree on some stuff, but I think you're really cool and we should totally be friends. And Dash is like, fuck you, dude, I'm objectively right. Suck my dick.
Okay. God, that's get me. Wow. Well, I can definitely see what all those requests were about. This is hilarious and pretty amazing, and just something that I'm glad it exists. It's just brilliant, really. And it's such a simple concept, just doing a silly recap of My Little Pony episodes, but he does it so well. Just the voice he uses, and just the way he rambles through it, and the silly ways he twists the episode details, and some of the stuff he comes up with. It's all just really good and really funny, and I was laughing pretty much the whole time, and laughing hard, because there are different degrees of laughter from me, and this was some of the harder laughs that I've had while reacting, so that's just the sign that this is something that was really, really funny to me, and just super enjoyable, and I'm actually super excited to do this again tomorrow and sit down for another hour, or over an hour, for the second half, since those videos are all a bit longer, so that one's going to be like closer to an hour and a half. But despite that, I'm still just really looking forward to seeing the rest of the videos for this season, and just seeing more of this, because, I mean, he's getting better as they go on, so the stuff yet to come is probably the best stuff, and if it is, then yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he has to say about the rest of the episodes. Wow. Just... And I mean, it's not even just all funny, too. He has some really insightful points about the characters. He's good at getting in their heads and kind of cutting pretty deep. I mean, especially in the On Your Marks one, got that pretty well. And obviously with Zephyr Breeze, I mean, it's pretty easy to sort of see the inner workings of that character. I mean, especially since so many of us can probably relate to some extent. And yeah, also with even like with Starlight in the first couple, and just, yeah, there were little insightful points scattered around amongst just utter hilarity, and it's brilliant. I really, really loved it, and I'm glad you guys all requested it, and that you all got on me to do this, and that I decided to do it this way, because I think doing so much at once just makes me enjoy it all that much more, and even if I was sitting here for an hour, it didn't feel like it. I didn't want it to end. I probably could have watched this for the full 2.5 hours, just done all of them, but it's probably for the best that I didn't. But yeah, still gonna do the rest tomorrow, and looking forward to that. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you really liked watching me watch this, and thank you all again for getting me to 30,000 subs. It's amazing, and you guys are all amazing, and as long as you keep liking my videos, I'll keep making them. Whatever else, hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.